Today's public mental health crisis, facing all communities, but especially our youth, has become an increasingly central focus at Meridian Health Services.
A lot of my friends, they feel isolation and they don't think they can talk to anyone because they don't have a lot of people at home to talk to, or at home they have bad families or stuff like that isn't good.
In elementary school, I used to kind of get made fun of a lot, and when I see people getting bullied, I know what it feels like.
Bullying, fighting is definitely a thing.
We know teaching young people coping skills, having open and frank conversations about their fears, insecurities, and challenges are key to destigmatizing mental health illness.
Meridian Health Services definitely at heart is behavioral health services, and with that comes a lot of concerns and questions that the younger population has. So it's important that we are there to help them and be able to answer those questions for them.
The Meridian Speaker Series, now in its 7th year, focuses on helping and bringing people together to discuss and identify issues surrounding community health. This year, Meridian is partnering with local schools to help reach youth on topics they are struggling with, to let them know they are not alone.
We have a tremendous partnership with Meridian Health Services. They're in all of our schools. They work with our clinics and the health needs of our students and also our families. And then they also work with our mental health and the behavioral needs of our students. So we're very thankful for that partnership, and they do some great work with our kids.
Meridian brought nationally recognized youth motivational speaker Brandon McCall to Muncie's 2 middle schools to engage and inspire conversation in hopes of giving students a voice and to empower them to make a difference.
I'm one of those students where it seems like on the outside everything is fine, everything's perfect. But on the inside, things are a little bit different.
McCall, whose brother was convicted in a deadly shooting, says it was that act of violence that turned him around. Today, McCall speaks to student convocations around the country, inspiring youth to find their self-confidence and build courage from within.
In 8th grade, my brother made a decision that ended up taking someone else's life. And I knew in that moment that I had 2 paths to go down, either one filled with destruction or one that was filled with hope and possibility. And so I had to change this thought process about how I wanted to live my life. I was able to cling to teachers and administrators to help me kind of find my path in life. And once I was able to do that, I wanted to share that with other people.
The speaker series is sponsored in part by Ben and Erin Smith, whose teenage son Dylan died by suicide in 2021. The couple have made it their mission to educate and motivate families to have kitchen table conversations about hard subjects.
The thing I've come to learn in participating on with Meridian Health Services the last few years is seeing how impactful they are in many communities across our state, right here in our own backyard. And the speaker series, I think, provides a great opportunity to learn about things that nobody wants to talk about, those things that have a stigma, whether it be gun violence, whether it be suicide, whether it be addiction, other mental health issues.
Meridian's school-based health clinics have behavioral specialists, physicians, and nurses that help students be healthy and look for signs of distress.
There was a boy that came in a few months ago. He had been in a fight. Talking with him, we discovered that there was an older sibling that was mistreating him at home, and we were able to, pass that along and get that taken care of, through the proper channels.
At Meridian, we know more training and more community outreach makes a difference.
I think there's a lot of individuals, students, adults who have mental health concerns on their mind, and maybe they don't know who to talk to or how to talk about it. So an opportunity like this gives us the ability to really start that conversation and maybe even kind of normalize what a person's going through.
Soaring suicide rates, a crisis in mental health, drug overdoses and addiction, there's a growing urgency for this work.
We have a lot of kids and families with high needs, from just basic physical health needs and some pretty severe mental health needs. Again, just access, that daily access and high quality health care is terrific.
Meridian Health Services Speaker Series takes on the most difficult community health topics and confronts them head on. We're breaking the stigma of mental health illness, addiction, suicide, and depression. Poignant, even heartbreaking personal stories grab our attention.
Well, having speakers like Brandon McCall really gives the students an opportunity to make connections outside of school. So bringing in a speaker like Brandon McCall with his powerful story helps them see a bigger world and helps them realize, wow, if he can be successful, even in spite of the adversity that he's faced, they can too.
The Meridian Speaker Series starts the conversation that leads to collaborations that build healthier outcomes for our communities.
Supporting our youth has been a challenge as of late because of social media, because of the culture change and things like that. But what I found to be most effective is just listening to them, letting them know that you're there for them as they're growing into the beautiful flower that they're going to be in the future, but also sharing your truth with them as well.
You are not alone!